Thank you very much. And how about the length of the ratio between the presentation and the discussion? It is a free 25 and 5 or
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, thank you very much. And also, good morning, everyone. And I want to talk about the title and the wide area distributed cooperation of edge computing infrastructure and its international development. And so I want to talk about this cloud. This project I have started since 2011. I think you know 2011 is a very famous year in the Tohoku area, and I have also suffered the Tohoku earthquake in Tokyo. And at that time, I have lived in Tokyo, and I have worked in the Tokyo University of the Arts and beauty, and and my research interest is about the disaster mitigation. And after the 2011 March 11, I have started this cloud to gain or improve the availability of the distributed system, especially that support the IT systems such as the cloud computing, internet, and so on and so forth. And this picture is a very famous picture depicted by the NASA visual art project. And this map depicts the epicenter and the total number of the earthquake since 1898. And this shows, and we can find from this picture, and Pan Pacific area, and so especially in Japan, a lot of the earthquake occurs. Many, the most Japanese know about it. And Japan is a very, very curious or rare country, and so the evaluation, the evidence of the figure is like that, and 20% of the earthquakes more than the magnitude 6 all over the world occur in Japan, and the average is 3.3 typhoon known per year since 909 to 918, and especially it is a very important point. The total number of the population is more than 120 million. This is a specification of the Japan. There are no country such as match to these conditions. In these 3 years, there were a lot of the variety of the natural disaster occurs in Japan. For example, in 2018, Japan flood occurred in the western side of Japan in late June to the middle July 2018. And this is a lot of the rain, and that made some kind of the sweeping down of the mountain faces, and kind of the flood of the river, and so on and so forth. And many people suffered from the natural disaster, escaped to the evacuation areas such as the elementary school or anything else. And many people could not go back to their home for a long time. And then after the several months from this flood, the Hokkaido Eastern Eburi earthquake occurred in September 5 in 2018. The epicenter of this earthquake is located on the rural area and not so city area in Hokkaido area, but in city area, some kind of the very significant effect was occurred, such as some kind of the so I don't know the right expression about it, but some kind of the liquidation of the land is so suffered in the Sapporo area, and many home and many road in the city area suffered from this liquidation. And so last year, 2019, not the natural disaster, but some kind of the IT disaster occurred in Japan in August 23, 2019, the Amazon EC2 and Amazon EBS service event in Tokyo. Many a lot of the EC2 service and some kind of the Amazon Web Services functions such as load balancers and dynamo database was suffered from the data center failure. And after the several months from this Tokyo region's failure, the QTNet is one of the very famous data center company in Kyushu area and located in the Fukuoka prefecture. And this the data center power shortage was occur in the November 2019, and it caused very bad effect to the some kind of the electrical cash such as PayPay or Line Pay, and so because of the power failure of this data center, some kind of the electronic cash cannot work properly at the time. So especially the very famous NTT company is one of the Japanese communication company, and by the way, so NTT data center is also make a power supply down in the Gifu prefecture, and so NTT communication has a lot of the data center all in the prefecture in Japan, but Gifu prefecture is one of the famous and very high load, so and very familiar or popular data center in Japan because of it is very cheap. And by the way, because of the data center trouble, many services, including the e-commerce service in Japan, have affected about this failure. So Disto Cloud wanted to gain and improve their availability of the IT service by distributed geographically and all over the world, not only in Japan but also to the world. So and by distributed the VM or physical machine all over the world, and by using the DNS load balancing or some kind of any kind of the load balancing technology, we can gain and we can improve the availability of the internet service or any kind of the distributed service. And also we deploy some kind of the disruptive way, Disto Cloud. It is a very similar, the similar pronunciation of the Disto Cloud, but Disto Cloud is some kind of the way to destruct our platform Disto Cloud. The reason why we destroy our platform Disto Cloud is to evaluate how about the resilience of the Disto Cloud itself. And by using the SDN, software-defined network technology, we virtually destroy the Disto Cloud by using the Disto Cloud. And we settle the organization to improve distribute this activity to the all over the world, and especially to the internet service provider in Japan and anything. Any other objectives. So we settle the organization D4, and we continue the development and the cooperation in the D4 cloud organization. And so disaster mitigation is always or frequently depicted by this some kind of the diagram. And the horizontal axis means the quality of life or service or anything else. And the horizontal axis means the time elapsing time. And the vertical axis means the quality of service or life or anything else. And so before some kind of the disaster occur, the quality of the service or quality of life maintained the steady state. And meanwhile, when some kind of the natural disaster occurs, the quality of the service or life decreased suddenly. And by the way, because of the recovering technique or anything else, the level will be gradually recovered to the present status. And by the way, so the approach or objective of the disaster mitigation is what can be classified to the two ways. One is to decrease the degradation of the timing of the disaster occurrence. And the second step is to quicken the recovery ratio to the steady state. And because of the two approach, we can rescue or help the people who suffered from the natural disaster or who the system who suffered from some kind of failure, including the power supply down and the data center down or anything else. And so one of our application deployed in the distro cloud is FYT, SDN FYT approach, SDN FYT evaluation technique. And so FYT means failure injection testing. And so by intentionally, we implemented some kind of network failure into the distro cloud network. And we can easily deploy some kind of failure condition to the distro cloud. So in the distro clouds, some area and some data center or in some research institute, the distributed system is implemented in the very geographically distributed, and so in this some kind of research institute connected with SciNet or any kind of internet connection, and we intentionally make injected the failure, and we can observe the some kind of performance of the IT service or anything else in the failure condition. And by using this kind of testing methods, we can reveal or we can find how the IT service behave under the very serious failure condition. This table means the classification of the telecommunication failure caused by the natural disaster. And this table is constructed by the national committee in the government. And by the way, there are four kinds of the classification of the cause of the disaster and the disorder factor and its presentation and the function to be implemented. And so cause of disorder can be classified to the four control operation disaster or software, or network equipment disorder, and communication line disorder, and facility disorder. And then, so in these four kinds of the disorder make some kind of the disorder factor. And after because of the disorder factor, the presentation of the disorder is like that. And we can classify and summarize this presentation of the communication line. We can decide what we should implement it in the SDN FYT approach and our implementations. Then I want to explain about the distro cloud construction. And I think you know, and I'm now belonging to the National Institute of Informatics, and NII provides SciNet, and I want to advertise some kind of a use case of the SciNet 5. And SciNet 5 support and serve the service of the L2 VPN and L3 VPN. And by using the L2 VPN service, and two institutes, such as A university and B university, and the computing resources located in the A university and computing resources located in the B university can be easily connected by the same VLAN connection, and by using the VPLS. For example, in Tohoku University, and VLAN ID is some kind of 123. And in Osaka University, the VLAN is 234 or anything else. But the VLAN ID is different in the two university. But by using the VPLS, these kind of the computing resources can be connected in the same VLAN. And we can these computers in the different university can connect and talk with under the same L2 in the same L2 network. But by the way, in this condition, we cannot deploy the failure, intentional failure in this connection, because if we deploy the intentional disorder to the disconnection line, all the connection between the computing resource A and computing resource B are affected by the failure. We wanted to control the disorder and VM level, and to deploy to realize this condition and this objective. So we must make some kind of the overlay computing method by implementing the virtual router to the each physical computing resources, and makes some kind of the specified QinQ technology. And by using the QinQ and independent backbone network, by using this kind of the technical access, we can make the independent backbone line between the this VM and this VM, and we can control the network traffic and traffic control at that point and at that the connection. And by using the virtual router, BIOS is one of the implementation of the virtual router, and it is supported by some IT companies. But the BIOS explains some kind of the failure to the communication line, such as increase or control the delay rate, delay, and some kind of the packet loss ratio or anything else. So we can deploy and implement the network failure by using the BIOS configuration. And our research project, we implemented the SDN FIT system called Miura, and this by using this SDN FIT system, we can in the fully manner, we can deploy all the combinations of failure, including not only the single failure, but also including the multiple failure in the network and the network topology, and we can evaluate all the combination of the network failure in this cloud. We evaluate the resilience of the distributed applications, such as distributed storage. It is very familiar to the network services. And Cloudian Hyperstore is one of the object storage implementation developed by the Japanese company Cloudian. And Cloudian Hyperstore is used in the Nico Nico Doga in Japan, very famous movie distribution services. And we deployed the Cloudian Hyperstore object storage in 3 research institutes, including the Tohoku University, RIEC, and Osaka University and Ryukyu University. And the construction and the contents of the deployment and the implementation of the Cloudian Hyperstore is like that. And we control this the virtual router in the study institute, and so make the some connection down. So implement the connection down. We can observe when the network failure will occur. And by using the benchmark is a cost bench. This is a very famous benchmark tool to evaluate the object storage system. And so we can easily picture and describe some kind of the heat map of the performance of the I/O of objective storage. And horizontal axis means the file size of the transportation. And so vertical axis means the ratio of the write and read. And this is a static state. There are no intentional failure. And by the way, if we observe and evaluate the failure state and static state, and so because by using the two evaluation result, and so if when we we divided the result of the static state to the failure states, we can depict the normalized character of the failure state. For example, and when the connection between the Tohoku University and Osaka University will down, the normalized performance is like that, and the orange or dark orange means the 0.6 or less than 0.6. It means very serious degradation will occur in when the connection line between the Osaka University and Tohoku University down. And on the other hand, Osaka University and Ryukyu University and the line between the Tohoku University and Ryukyu University, and this result shows the yellow color. It means not so serious condition. And because we must recover, or we must redundant, and the Tohoku University, Osaka University line to the double or triple. Okay, and then we tried to the improvement and increase the site number of this kind of the evaluation of the resilience by using the SDN-FIT system. And on the other hand, we evaluated so by using the statistical and quantitative way. And but by the way, I will skip about this kind of the explanation. And by using we can evaluate the resilience in the quantitative way. I think so. Yeah. And by using this is a 5 sites distributed distributed object storage system of the performance testing, and it is a very lot of the result, and this is our challenge: how we can see the result and how we can find the way or the way to improve the distributed system from this result. Okay, and our approach and our research project have continued to the future, and with a collaboration between the APAM and next week. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks out after APAM, Asia and Pacific Network Asia and Pacific Advanced Network meeting will be held in Catalans in 1st March, and I will attend to the APAM meeting, and I will make a presentation about the improvement and development of the distro cloud. And so we have some collaboration with APAM participator, and we wanted to continue to develop this distro cloud platform and collaboration networks. Okay, thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you very much. Okay, so is there any question or comments? Okay, I have one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think that your research is very important, particularly in the area having the disasters.
Sure.
So you measure the mitigation time from the disaster. So is there any specific treatment for thinking for the disaster case? You just try just failure or disorders, or is there any specific treatment about considering some disaster case?
You mean so considering in form the real disaster situation?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to use some real past natural disaster cases to this approach. But by the way, the real state of the natural disaster is only the one case, and it is very important to emulate the past case of the natural disaster. But I want to evaluate it in the scientific manner, and I want to evaluate all the type of the failure condition. And the both approaches are, I think, important and to emulate the past disaster condition, and we evaluate and how we can deal with the past disaster condition. And it is one kind of the way, but we must think about the so-called black swan. It is caused in the very, very low probability, but it make a very serious damage on the society or community or system. So we must see, and we must be afraid in the very good way, and we must see not so to become more seriously, more even serious, but we must see in a concise way. And our approach can be make the both way, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any question, comment?
Thank you very much for the talk.
Thank you
I
very much.
wonder, you talked about the 5 sites case.
Sure.
Do you have any idea, or do you have any particular number of
Yeah.
sites for
Yeah.
the target?
I think it is a very good and difficult question, because and 13 sites is one of the specific number, because AWS has 13 data center, 13 regions all over the world. I think it is some kind of the objective number to this kind of evaluation. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any comment or question? Okay, let's speak again.
Yeah.